All right, time for the next step, and that is trees. I was originally going to use these paintbrush things, but I've got a better idea. Wire. You might ask yourself, why is he using wire? And it's simple. This stuff is flexible, and I can make much more organic looking trees than just stick. So now we just need the rest of our supplies. It's all the same stuff we were using yesterday. But wait, you might be saying to yourself, he's forgetting something, and you are correct. I need to go get it real quick. You got the stuff? Thanks, bro. Yeah, I got you. Here you go, bro.
Again. 2 hours later.
And now that we have all of our stuff, we can start making some trees. When it came to making the trees, it was just balancing the wire and the green stuff together, because in the end, this wire was honestly a little bit too thick, and I couldn't really get the natural shapes that I wanted. So I just had to make sure that the green stuff took most of the lead with making branches and such with the tall tree and the fallen down tree. So here we are a little bit later. You can see what I did exactly, where I took the wire and I just shoved it in and molded the green stuff to make it look more like a trunk, adding some stripes to it with a scalpel and some wooden tools that I just got when I was much younger and using clay. But down here you can see that I did the same thing, except I laid the wire down on its side, and then I just formed the green stuff around it for that solid base. But you also see that I have some of this new wire as well, and I found it at Home Depot, and so I decided to try and use it. And you can see that it actually makes a little bit more of a naturalistic looking tree right there. And I plan on trying to trim up this trunk a little bit, like make it a little bit thinner. Probably going to use my tweezers just to nip around it and make it a little bit thinner, but I have to wait for the base to dry just a little bit before I do that with confidence. But I also found out that the wires could be twisted and pulled together so that they look like, well, actual wires coming out of the base of the Titan skull. And yeah, I think that looks pretty cool, so I'm probably gonna push some green stuff into that hole and then push the wire as well into there, just so it looks that extra bit visceral. And that's exactly what I did. Shoved some cables in, shoved some green stuff in, and glued it all together. So now with everything in place, we have basically one last step for at least this video, and that's going to be adding the textures, which is going to be this right here, brown battleground. And so we're going to be using some Gorilla Glue for that, actually, because I did a little test run on one of my painting cloths, and it actually comes out pretty well, like just rubbing it like that. I know most modelers use like some kind of epoxy putty thing, but I'm poor, and I just got this because it was cheap, and I found it at I found it at Home Depot with the wires. So this next step is very simple. It's just a bunch of laying down glue, spreading out glue, and then pushing down the rocks on top of the glue to make sure that the rocks embed into the glue. Glue and rocks was said a lot in that sentence, but it's all a pretty simple process, not a lot to it. Just make sure that you get the rocks in there tight. So that's it for this video today. I think all in all it looks pretty freaking cool, but that's just me, and I could be biased because I've bought the thing, sculpted the thing, and now I have a fatherly attachment to it, so you know how it goes. But I'm looking forward to painting it in the next video.